Preparation is similar to before the last game. We had a decent run up today. Previous game the rain came and cut preparation short. This time we got a full practice in. And yeah, the boys in good spirits and looking forward to getting out there tomorrow, winning the game and drawing the series.
Yeah, Carlos, speaking of drawing the series, not very often we have a chance to draw a series against a top team like you. What's the mood going into tomorrow's series?
It's good. Obviously we drew the last series against England at home as well. And then going into the last game, I think it's just for us to get the batting right in both parts. If we could divide the batting in half, we either get good starts and then throw it away at the back end, or we don't get good starts and then run it close because of a rear guard effort. I think the batting was much improved, especially from the T20, from the overall batting performance in the World Cup as well, but we didn't close it off. So it's for the batting to get us in a position similar like the second game, more often than not. Hopefully that happens tomorrow as well, and for the lower half to close up the game.
Will you be using 270 as an average for next match as well?
We don't know what the conditions will be like, although we felt that 270 on that track with the conditions that were wrong. We thought that was par, probably just above, just below, but we definitely thought that the bowlers did a good job, albeit after not the start we'd want. We pulled back well and we thought that 270 at the time when we came off for the break would have been manageable. They got to 279, so chasing 280, if you'd given us that before the game, we'd have taken it.
Carlos, what's being said in the dressing room ahead of this final one-day international? What even is the mood like in that dressing room for the West Indies?
The mood is good. I don't think that we're that far away, and I don't think we are as bad as the results make it out to be. We just miss, and we continue to miss key points in the game. If we look back at the World Cup, it was the same thing. And if we look at the game the other day, we weren't cruising, but we were in a good position. And then we lost 3 or 4 quick wickets, which knocked the wind out of our sails. So I don't think we're doing that badly, or as badly as the results show. I think we're just missing a few key points, or missing a few key moments that can turn 1 or 2 losses into wins and make us look a little better, give us a little more momentum, and then we can start to push to try to win series more consistently.
Yeah, Sunil Gavaskar seems to agree with you. He says that the belief is what the West Indies lacks the most. Is that something you agree with?
I don't think it's belief per se, because if you ask any guys in dressing room if they believe we can win, I think they do believe we can win. But I guess the know-how and the execution of that belief is where we've been lacking, especially in key moments, as I said. So I don't think it's a lack of belief, I don't think it's a lack of passion, and in most cases not even a lack of skill, but we just haven't been executed what we wanted to execute in key moments of the game, and it's hampered us since the England series, for the majority of the World Cup and then in this last game.
You played the innings of a lifetime in the World Cup against New Zealand, and then you've been consistently getting wickets as well. So would you say that your game is coming together? I mean, you were inconsistent previously, but then the consistency seems to be coming your way. You say that you're reaching that point where you want to be.
Yeah, having a lot of honest conversations with the coaches, with myself. I think one thing that kept me back in the past was my fitness. I've worked very, very hard over the past 12 to 14 months on the fitness aspect of things. I believe I can get a bit stronger as well. And then batting wise, I had to reprogram myself from thinking I'm a hitter or a swiper to trying to bat properly. That didn't show in the first game, but I think overall it's been a conscious effort for me to try to make the team as a batsman or as a bowler and try to give myself the best chance of performing for the team and trying to help the West Indies win cricket games.
That innings will follow you for a very long time. I know it's not something you want to carry you for a long time, but what is it about that innings that you take away and you think you can replicate and also share with your teammates?
Well, firstly, obviously I had a lot of time to bat, which I'm not always afforded for one reason or another, but I had a lot of time to bat. I had a clear thought process. I thought I was working very hard off the pitch, as I am now with the bat, and trying to do the right things and the simple things for as long as possible. And then as long as you do the right things long enough, you let the situation control the way you play. As I said, I had enough time so I could play myself in, get in. So then by the back end, where I normally come into bat to start my innings, I had already had 40, 50 balls I guess the challenge for me is that that situation would always present itself. Obviously being at home now, we've changed the combination a bit, so I'm back down at 8 from 7. So I just need to find a way at 8, maybe 9, maybe 7 to put in more consistent performances. But I think the things I would have taken away from that performance would obviously be time to bat and the way structured and built the innings, which then allowed me to kick off at the back end.
Carlos, how are Evan Lewis and Peyton Allen doing? Talking about
spirits-wise, they're good. I think the surface on the foot has been a little tough for everyone. So just about managing the bodies. Everyone is strapping the ice on, getting the stretches. Everyone is doing what they need to do to be on the park. I can't give a definite. That would be more question for the physio. But everyone is definitely doing what they have to do to try to be fit and ready for tomorrow. Fabian, I think, had a full practice today, if I'm not mistaken. I like to see bowled to mainly nets, and I think he had a knock as well, so hopefully he can come through good and play tomorrow.
What's being done to improve the selection of 8 players? Is it just a conversation or is it practice?
This conversation, if I can be brutally honest, there's not much you can change on the international tour. And I guess that is a challenge for the franchises at the lower level when the players go back down to the franchises to be able to do enough work, get enough information from the guys up top and start to implement stuff. Once we get on tour, it's about maintaining and trying to get your mind right. That's what we've been trying to do as a group, have conversations around it, and we're hoping that once we have enough conversation, an honest conversation, not just patting players on the back, but being honest, being up front, sometimes even being harsh, and then hoping that players use that when they go back to the territories or go back to the homes and use it to try to become better players eventually.